It was just another morning in Fairview, Missouri. The kettle whistled. The sun rose. And Martha Cole, a woman loved by her community, made her daily cup of Earl Grey tea. By sunset she was dead. And the only clue was the teacup. Martha Cole, 54, was a retired school librarian. A widow. A neighbor. A woman who baked for church potlucks and read bedtime stories to her grandniece over the phone. She lived alone in a red brick colonial at the edge of town, the same house she'd shared with her late husband, Charles. Her life was routine, quiet, deeply private. And every morning at exactly 7:30, she sat at her small kitchen table with a cup of Earl Grey tea, always from the same porcelain cup. On October 3, 2018, that routine was broken. Martha missed her daily call with her sister. She didn't show up to a charity event. By afternoon, her neighbor Evelyn Grant grew worried. Police performed a welfare check. Inside, the house was undisturbed, peaceful. But Martha was found slumped at her kitchen table, her head resting on her folded arms. On screen, slow zoom on teacup, untouched lemon slice. Next to her was a half-full cup of tea. The cause of death was not immediately clear. There were no wounds, no signs of struggle. But toxicology told a different story. Martha Cole had ingested a fast-acting poison, cyanide. It was traced to the tea in her cup. Even more disturbing, it wasn't the water. It was the loose leaf tea itself. Someone had poisoned the tin, knowing Martha would drink from it that morning. Investigators turned their attention to three potential suspects. Walter Cole, Martha's brother-in-law. He'd recently challenged her inheritance of the family home. Bitter, complicated, unresolved. Greg Dawson, her part-time handyman and gardener. He had frequent access to the house and the kitchen. And finally, someone known only as I.M., mentioned in a series of unsent letters found in Martha's desk. The letters spoke of betrayal, secrets, and fear. But no one in town had ever heard of them. Forensics discovered a partial fingerprint inside the lid of the tea tin. It didn't match Martha, but it also didn't match anyone in the national database. Walter claimed he hadn't been in the kitchen for years. Greg admitted he had cleaned the tin, at Martha's request. But her journal contradicted this. I fear betrayal comes dressed softly. He held the tin. He smiled in my kitchen. Despite hours of interviews, dozens of tests, and mounting suspicion, no charges were ever filed. The fingerprint remained unidentified. The motive, unclear. The person behind the poisoned teacup had vanished, like steam in the morning air. Martha's death shattered the sense of safety in Fairview. Her funeral drew hundreds. Friends remembered her laughter. Children remembered her stories. But no one could explain why someone would want her gone, or how the killer got so close without anyone noticing. If you found this story chilling, subscribe to Famous Crime Cases for more unsolved mysteries and forgotten crimes. Hit the bell to never miss a case.